Hello, people. Hope you were doing good. I hope that we're chilling. I hope that through all the things that you had to go through today, you're able to see. Every time that I'm doing a message, I feel like I just finished eating. Because first of all, not to sound like anything but what I sound like, but I love food. I love eating. I love trying me some new food. I love trying me anyways, I was eating right now was Oreos. I love me some Oreos, but I love all foods, all foods. Anyways, that's not the topic of this video. That's not the topic of this video. I think I'm thinking like, okay, I've been thinking like um what's the message that's coming through, okay? But I'm just going to channel for you guys. I'm just going to let them speak through me and allow them to speak through me. A lot of the times when we don't tend to see, we don't really mean to be that way. We don't mean to say harsh things to people. Though we've learned from our past mistakes and we're still learning, a lot of the things that we have said in the past, we didn't mean. But with that, you hurt somebody. You hurt somebody with the words that you said. You feel like so much for them. So it's like, what you said, you hurt them with your words, but now you know how to necessarily never do that again. Okay? We're learning from our mistakes. We're learning from how we went through it all. And I think that's the big thing. That's the big thing. That's why I'm not really hearing anything. Because you need to see from your eyes, from your own perspective, that you actually have changed. You are no longer that person that would ridicule for no reason. And not even ridicule, but it's like kind of just spout stuff, that's what I'm trying to get at. Like, you didn't mean to say a lot of the things you said, but you can't be walking around saying that in the fact that people are going to think that you're just talking like with no knowledge, like you said these things because it was more of a like factual thing. It was just the fact that it came out of your mouth in a sort of disrespectful way to the person receiving it, right? But it's like you didn't have a filter. You had no filter, okay? You had zero filter. You just said whatever came inside of your head, and that is, in a sense, good and bad. Also, okay? Let's just one thing at a time, okay? I'm so sorry. Just one thing at a time. Let me just instill this first, okay? Like, I'm hearing and I'm feeling and I know and I understand, but one thing at a time, please. Thank you. Okay. So with this, I'm like excavating all that and then like rustling it up to find the gold. And the gold pieces that you're finding is genuinely from learning from your past mistakes. Learning from your past mistake after learning from your past mistake. And knowing that you can make mistakes but you're excited to learn from them. You're excited to experience new virtues, new ventures, new opportunities, new way of being true to yourself, but in the ways that you have already been. Okay? This rudeness, and I feel like, okay, I feel like a lot of us can relate to this a lot, especially me. I don't know how else to put it, but again, this is my channel, this is my words, this is my everything. So I'm just gonna put it how I'd like. I feel like when people think of us in like okay, I'm just gonna say it, okay? If you've been called, I feel like this terminology is so like, oh, excuse me. It's so like flawed. It's very, very flawed, because not only are we receiving a kind of like a projection to us, but it's also like with that, we stemmed out to be just that. Okay, so calling somebody, because I've been called, but calling somebody out because they have a resting bitch face. Okay, and that's the way that they want to put it. That's the way that they want to say that it is, and however. But that is not really what it is. It's more of like, okay, I'm just gonna speak, and if it resonates with you, it resonates with you, okay? Because if you clicked on this video, you're gonna feel like, oh, maybe this is for me, but you need to also decipher, be discerning with everything that you are, everything that you're intaking, because all these videos, all these things, every time you scroll, like, you're just intaking, sometimes it's just a bunch of bullshit, and I can't lie, it turns out to be that way because it doesn't align with you yet, right? But then eventually you'll get to a different point in life where you might think back like, oh, actually, yeah, that is true, that is right, but because we don't allow ourselves to see and to believe and to stop rolling our eyes at everything that people are telling us that we should correct, but it's triggering us into thinking that we have corrected it, but in reality we haven't. It's like, you're gonna know if you have corrected it or not, okay? You're not gonna be judging your own self, and you're not gonna be tormenting your own self while it's in this aspect of forgiving yourself, healing yourself, okay? It doesn't work like that. You need to be solely into the foundation of yourself to be able to feel that you have forgiven yourself. And it's not just to forgive yourself, but it's to give your future self an opportunity. And for the people, I'm like getting this thing, like the people of your past that have seen you in the light before, they've seen you in this like resting bitch face, like people have called you, and I can say this because I've felt this, like people calling you maybe not necessarily this exact thing, but like rude, or like maybe they tell you to like not talk, or that's how they dim your light, by telling you to not talk and not use your mouth, not use your words, okay? And all those people are wrong. All those people are wrong. I don't care, they're all wrong. Anybody that's told you, oh, like maybe you should smile more, but like not in the ways like for example, okay, I've said it to y'all, remember to smile, and yeah, smile more. But when it's sort of like you're in this state of like not really knowing, you kind of take what they say as a negative thing, right? So if somebody were to tell me to smile more, I'd be like, I wanted to sneeze. Sorry. Whoa. I'd be like that. I don't know. Sorry, no. I'd just be speechless, Like, I don't know. Like, anybody just telling me that, I'd just be like, bro. Like, especially when it's like in a workplace. Okay? Especially in a workplace. I feel like in a workplace, ugh, that's a whole different conversation. But don't let anybody dim your light, especially in a workplace, bro. They're just there to work, bro. If it's all collectively y'all are getting that money, then just focus on the money. Like, people talk too much all the time. Anyway, sorry about that. Side note. So anyways, people like telling you, oh yeah, don't talk about this, or like they kind of give you that like, ugh, like there's a difference between being rude on purpose, being disrespectful on purpose, knowing what you're saying and still saying it on purpose, and then not knowing and saying it. But then you learn from that, you know? And then there are people who do it on purpose and they don't learn from it, okay? And then so the people that have been in this past, like not knowing, not figuring out what it is this big idea is, it's like, you know, you don't really know what you're saying, and it's like the contribution to the world isn't there, okay? And it's there, those moments are there so that you can learn from them, okay? The universe does not put any kind of like challenge in your way that like okay, they can't, I don't know, I think this is the way to say it, but they it's like not possible to put a challenge in front of you or a problem in front of you that you can't solve and that you can't get over, okay? However long it's gonna take you is however long it's gonna take you. But at the same time, the universe and God and spirit angels, they're not gonna put you up in front of something that you have not either already been through, that either you cannot get, that you can get through, like you're gonna get through it. Yeah, anything is possible and everything is possible, so that's why they're giving you this to do. But it also aligns with your path and your purpose, because they give you these, it's harsh when it is coming from a person, when a person is the lesson, you know. That's how it is sometimes. It's unfortunate, honestly, but you know, we're all dealing with our things, with our thing. And as much as you might think like you are not enough, you weren't worth their time, or you were the problem, like that is also incorrect, okay? When people don't know how to perceive you and how to like know what to see and how to treat your heart, okay? Because you need to be treated in a certain kind of way, you know, and it's like this higher degree, right? When people don't know how to do that, they just don't, honey. They don't, okay? And I understand how difficult it is to accept that, but genuinely, you're gonna know if that person is for you and when that person is not for you, okay? What you're gonna know the exact time of period, and you're gonna know the exact date, the exact time when you're gonna need to cut whatever tie it is off. You're gonna know exactly the perfect time when you're gonna have to leave your toxic job, the exact time you're gonna have to leave your toxic household. Like, you're gonna know, because you're destined to be here, okay? For the souls that are, I think so big, okay? I'm still thinking about the souls that don't have a direction to pull them out of that, you know? Something like this, for example, somebody telling them, right? But in that sense, they can also like give out their hand to God, and they can guide them, right? No matter where you are in the world, no matter what like deep abyss you're in, like there's always gonna be light, okay? Whether it stems from you, inside of you, and you're looking too forward and you can't see it, or maybe it is inside of you and you're looking too down and you still can't see it, you know? Eventually you're gonna be directed. Like, you know how they say redirection, what is it? Rejection is a redirection. So that's also like why you shouldn't be scared to do that thing that you've been waiting to do, you know, that project, you know. Maybe even if it is reaching out to a person, you know, do this with your own discernment and your own willingness of being. But it's like, if an old friend, you know, old friend, you know, it's like They're on your mind constantly, and you've given already that time of day to tell it no, get out of my head, or like you kind of blocked it, right? This is what I was talking in my other last video, but it's like you kind of blocked it, and because you like blocked it out, it's like, okay, it's not there, but it continues like to be in your sphere, you know. It's an essence, it's a presence that you can feel, and you can like, you've been there before, right? You've been here before, okay? Anyways, and so given that time where it's like, this is just like a small reiteration of my last video, but given that time where you're there, you're not secure with yourself, right? But then you're moving solo for yourself, and you're also not moving for yourself for somebody else, okay? That's not really it here, okay? You're not moving in this direction for anybody else but you. And even if it feels like I'm doing this only for me to be with them, or to do that for them, or to do this with them, you're gonna know that, and then that's when you're gonna know where to redirect that love. And that love needs to be redirected back into you. Love yourself more, love yourself even more, love yourself even more, love yourself even more. Like, people are gonna hate that. People are gonna hate that you love yourself. People are gonna hate that you call yourself beautiful. People are gonna hate, okay? And that's what they're gonna do, and there's nothing that you can do about it. So my brain just fogged up, I'm not gonna lie. Just continue loving yourself, okay? Like I said, if there is this like urging, pressing presence, matter that does not leave you alone, even after maybe, I say, give it a month, maybe not even, maybe a week, okay? Maybe 2 weeks, good length, okay? A week is good length. And just focus on yourself. And if that thing arises again, but at the same time, when you're working on yourself, you know exactly how to do that, okay? It's not like, oh, I'm gonna go and be with somebody else and to forget about this. Like, that's not what we do here, okay? And even if you are that person, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but you're also not giving out your energy to the wrong people and to the wrong things, okay? You know where to end the line and where to cut it, okay? Just keep that in mind. There's nothing wrong with the way that you move or that you do or anything like that. Like, I support a lot of things. I just support the fact merely and unconditionally that when you do take that awakening, when you do allow yourself to receive, it is not only for you, but only and solely and purely for you. Okay? And if that like is triggering you, maybe there is a little bit of like work that you need to look at. There's something there that, you know, either maybe this person won't give me the closure that I would like, but at the same time, I don't need this person to give me closure. I can find the closure within myself, you know, because you're gonna see how you lived, what was good, what was bad, how did they treat you, how it was, you know, and we learn from these aspects. For some reason, I'm getting this weird vision. It's like it's like a couple, right? And they split up because they got bored of each other. And it's not like frantically bored, like I'm gonna go and find somebody else, but it's more of like, yeah, they're done serving each other's purpose in that life. They're done serving, they're done serving the purpose for each other. You know, as much as it hurts, you know, letting people go, and it's almost like letting yourself starve from that person or that thing even, or that relationship, friendship. And by letting go, by focusing on yourself, and it's more of like a bigger explanation to this, and I'm sorry I'm like not really explaining it that very good, because this is also something that I'm dealing with myself right now. But you know, the more that you just let yourself be free and extract yourself from the deafening situations that cause you harm and pain to begin with, you're then able to see maybe, like, if you were to reach out to this person in a week or so, or in a month, and you could, because you still feel this dense like presence and this like I don't know, it's like you cut the cords and you did all the work, you're moving out, you did this, you've done that, all of it, and it's like they're still there. And I'm like, all right, you know. And it's sort of like a, yeah, it's like a blockage. But anyways, moving apart from that, I got my own thoughts, and I'm just like trying to anyways, just mind all of that. The message is just to love yourself. Remember who you are. You're a fucking warrior. Remember all the things that you have been through, okay? Like, and you have gotten up every single time. I don't think you've given yourself enough grace for that. You have not given yourself enough. You need to go party. You need to go enjoy yourself. You need to go pop a bottle or something. Pop a bottle of some apple cider. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big drinker. But if you're a drinker, maybe take a nice cup of wine or a shot or something. Or celebrate yourself in whatever way that you want to celebrate yourself, because it's a season of celebration. Season of celebration, okay? Remember who you are. Remember where you came from. Don't forget that you're loved, you're cared for, and I love you, okay? Peace and love, my beautiful souls.